After my first year, I lived in Bloomington by myself.
Well, and then we both were there.
Yeah.
We were both in the same
Both
building.
there because
yeah, that's right.
When Jordy was born.
Yeah.
Now, I had understood that. I always thought that was your mom that demanded you guys be doctors or lawyers or.
No.
My mother.
My dad.
But my dad did say more than once, if you don't want to be a doctor, I want you to be a professional man, because you won't have to. Somebody won't tell you have to quit work when you're 65.
Well, my mother was a very bright. She was a voracious reader, and she had written some novel or some novelettes.
She had several books,
yeah,
that she tried to get published.
And
but
I mean, she was very bright.
Well, she had some college.
Yeah.
But at a time
she had
when
1 year, didn't she?
At a time when women didn't go to college.
That's right.
She
really had this. We were all going to be educated. Let me put it that way, or she'd kill you.
Well, you never talk about anything else.
No.
You just
and so
go to college.
when I was going, there wasn't any. I didn't have any choices to make. I was going to be a doctor. I mean, that was,
Right.
Now, Vince was a good athlete. He had a chance to go to North Carolina and play football on a scholarship, and all of that. So that here, I'll do that.
I'll put them on and you can.
You know what my dad said? We came home and I went down and made a trip to North Carolina. I wanted to go so bad I could taste it. They'd been in a bowl game, and they came home and they'd said something about redshirt.
They wanted a redshirt.
I never heard about redshirt. They didn't know I was going to be redshirt for sure, but they had two guys that had the same position. They played at what was called a single wing, and I was going to be a single wing. The quarterback was a blocking back, and there was two of us, and they wouldn't decide until we got there and had fall practice which one of us was going to be redshirted. And they also told you that what courses you were going to take. And when I came home, you've never been to Chapel Hill, beautiful place. You couldn't fall in love with it.
It is a beautiful campus.
Anyway, when I came home, the day I came home, I flew home. I'd never been on an airplane in my life. And I came home and
you can watch.
Dad asked me about it, and I told him about the red shirt. And I'm 18 years old. He said, "You're not going to school there. You're not going anywhere where they tell you what you're going to have to take in class, and you're not going anywhere where they might tell you you have to go five years of school.
Write a telegram."
And we walked down from our house down to the railroad track to the train station and sent a telegram to the coach and said he wasn't coming.
Josh doesn't eat salad. Okay.
And I never argued. I mean, and I wanted to. But you didn't argue with my dad. That's just the way it was. You didn't say. He knew I didn't want to go. I didn't. That's what.
I never knew any of this.
He just said, "Come on, we're going down." And we walked down. It was like how many? 3 or 4 blocks to.
Oh yeah, that's all.
Train depot where they.
See, we lived on the other side of the tracks. In Griffith, there was the town, and here were the railroads. 11 different tracks met there at the crossing. No. They had an old man with a sign that went when the train came. And the yards were to the west of us, and the steel mills were up northeast, and those trains full of coal. Man, when they started puffing with the steam engine, you better get your ass moving and across the tracks, or you'd be there for a long time.
Now, did you ever want to be anything other than a doctor?
Nope. No, I was always envious of him because I never knew what the hell I was going to do.
Yeah.
I was just like
I didn't have any question.
Well, I mean, I know that you weren't given much of an option, but did you ever want to be something different? Did you ever think about it?
No, because
apparently there's a history of law in your family.
I was ingrained to be a doctor,
There wasn't
right?
any-
So there wasn't
history
any.
involved.
I'm sorry, not history, but there's obviously some family trend of that. You and Tom both did that.
I was brainwashed completely.
But Tom didn't do it till he was out of school 10 years. Tom
You would
was-
have asked me when I was in 3rd grade what I wanted to do. I want to be a doctor.
See, when Tom graduated, he was a teacher. He was a junior college
He
teacher.
was a librarian at our
And then-
college.
Then he became an archivist. And he had his PhD, and then he had a master's. He was archivist at the Mark Clark Military Museum at the Citadel for about 3 years.
Wow.
In Charleston, South Carolina. And the place to be if you want to be an archivist is the National Archives. And that's what he wanted. Well, the Strategic Air Command, the United States Air Force had
I think,
hired archivist.
but
Oh.
he sort of got to do whatever he wanted to do.
And he went,
Yeah, he was a favorite.
so he
right?
quit his job at the Citadel,
Well, he
took
was
his
the
job
major.
for the government, and moved to Topeka, Kansas with his family. And decided he didn't like that, being an archivist over military papers, is whatever they do, I don't really know.
I've never even heard of it.
So he quit,
Oh, do you? Okay.
and so I think he could get a job anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was educated as hell, and he was probably smarter than any of the rest of us put together. And he couldn't find a job, and he had 2 kids and a wife to support. So he substitute taught. And then he decided to go to law school. And he came down to Covington to talk to me about it, and the guy that was the dean of the law school at IU in Annapolis was a big Wabash guy who I was pretty close to.
You have to.
Called him, and Tom was admitted.
Dad was a product of the Depression. Our father, we didn't have a hot water heater. My mother had to carry water from the stove upstairs, boiling, down a flight of stairs to the basement to the
Looking
washing
stairs.
machine. We didn't have a shower. My dad finally built one, we finally put a hot water heater in. But my mother carrying that bucket of boiling water down.
To do the wars, yeah.
And the washing machine was by hand. You know, they had the wringer that you put it through. Do you remember those, Millie?
I watched your mother go down the stairs with that.
Yeah.
Well,